your douche is here. Hope everybody had a good holiday or Christmas or whatever. I was in Las Vegas for too long. I managed to break away from the debauchery, go to some record stores where I didn't find very much. But whatever. So today, more of the same. These, I think I only have time really. I'm just gonna do the new finds. So I'm gonna get started because that's what we're doing here. So first one is 1967 US original, something I've been looking for a long time. I think at one point I just thought I could always get something, you know, there's always one of them around. But then lately it's become harder and harder to get a decent copy. So 1967 US original, stereo on reprise of the Kinks, Something Else by the Kinks. It's got a cut, but it's in pretty nice shape. I think so. The vinyl is in excellent condition. Sounds good. There's maybe one or two tracks with a little bit of pops and crackles, but what are you gonna do? And you know this record. It's a great record. When I was first discovering the Kinks, this was probably, I'm thinking this is the first of their regular releases that I really connected with. And then Arthur and Village Green, etc. I think I'm not going to remember the name of it. There was that black double LP compilation. That's where I pretty much, that was my launching point for the Kinks. So next is Miles Davis from 1974, Big Fun. The double LP, the excellent artwork again. I have a hard time finding in the 70s era of Miles Davis acceptable copies. This one I actually gave consideration to getting the music on vinyl reissue, but found this. I have a lot of the records from the era that I'm most interested in. Maybe not all originals, but most of them are early pressings, mostly. Some originals. I'm happy to have that, at any rate. So next, this is a 1996 record that was never released on vinyl until, I guess, 2017. I stumbled upon it. It's by a band called Firewater. And again, not necessarily in the holiday spirit. Maybe more of a Easter themed album. It's called Get Off the Cross, We Need the Wood for the Fire. The cover is different than the original CD release. The original CD release is perhaps a little more provocative, had even the font is better on the original than, I don't know why they decided to change this. But the artwork here was actually Jesus with, drinking a beer and smoking a cigarette. But anyway, this is 2017 on Checkered Past Records, which I'm not familiar with, but they've been around for some time apparently. They call it world punk. There's a lot of Eastern European influences. It's Tade from Cop Shoot Cop. This recording also features members of the Jesus Lizard, Soul Coughing, Laughing Hyenas, and Elysian Fields. I think that's just the singer from Elysian Fields. It doesn't really sound like any of those bands. It sounds, I guess, like world punk. There's some good songs on here. Some Strange Reaction, When I Burn This Place Down, Snake Eyes and Boxcars. It's a good record. And it's supposedly limited to 500 copies for this reissue. And of course, 2018, it's got to be on purple vinyl or colored vinyl. I'm not sure if you know what purple looks like. This is what purple looks like. I don't know. Yeah, that's purple. When I was growing up, we had crayons, and purple crayon looked a lot like this. Next, this is kind of a mistake. Well, it's not a mistake. It's a record I wanted. It was a mistake I made. It's the Smiths. It's a 1984 UK original. I don't think it was released in the United States, so even, yeah. It's Half Full of Hollow by the Smiths. It looks pretty good, except when I was at the store, I didn't open the gatefold, so you mean it actually was more stuck than it is now. I tried to pry it open, but there was water damage of some sort. I don't know if you'll be able to see down there. Water damage or some liquid substance got in there and it's stuck together. So the price I paid was a completely fair price for one where the gatefold wasn't damaged. But what are you gonna do? Next one is from 1998. I mean, this is basically UK pop rock, alternative rock. It's the Beautiful South. So, you know, I think 2 members from the House Martins. And this is from, did I already say 1998? I'm losing it. 1998. It's Quench by the Beautiful South. There's a bunch of hits. There's a lot of really good songs on here. I think I really like a lot of music that was somewhat popular in the UK. How Long Does a Tear Take to Dry? Dumb, Perfect 10. I think Perfect 10 was the big hit for them somewhere, not here. Look What I Found in My Beer. I May Be Ugly. Your Father and I. Anyway, once I got this home, I went to put it in on Discogs. I mean, I bought it. I liked the record. I bought it because I knew it was not something I was likely to stumble upon again. But when I looked at it on Discogs, there are people asking outrageous amounts of money for this. I think $300. It's insanity. If people are paying $300 for this, I can't keep it. But it's just, it's not worth $300 to me. I would rather, I could get, I could put it towards a mono, like a good clean mono Piper at the Gates of Dawn or something. I like this record. I don't recommend that you pay $300 for it. I think that there are I think there was like 2 Japanese sellers selling it for around $300, and then there might have been someone in the US with a substandard copy selling it for like $190. It's insane. I paid like a third of that or a sixth of that. Like a fifth of that. Next record is something most people probably don't know and probably don't care about. It's called, the name of the band is the Virgin Whore Complex, and it's their second album. It's from 1998, and it's called Succumb. Has this like die cut, completely unnecessary die cut going on. So, Virgin Whore Complex, they had 2 records. The first record is not necessary. This features a female vocalist. I believe that she is from the Dam Builders, if you know who they are. And then the leader, essentially, he owned this record label, Emperor Norton Records. I meant to look up his name again. He's from like an infamous wealthy family in the United States. I think like maybe his uncle was Paul Getty or something. Like maybe he was kidnapped. Yeah, what are you gonna do? So, it's indie pop, indie rock. Really subversive, dark lyrics. I think what I like about it is the lyrics. There's really varied instrumentation. I mean, it's interesting. It's pop music, basically, though. But there's a let me see if I can find my favorite line quickly in the lyrics that are inside the gatefold. I didn't show. So I used to think this song was about a trucker driving around, but it's song Casey, and the line is that I like, well, there's more than one, but slightly too tall for the glory hole, and the metal's still warm from the trucker before him. There's also like a pun on Guided by Voices, the band Guided by Voices, where it says misguided by voices on Citizen Band. I like that too. But there's good songs. Stay Away From My Mother is good. There's what seems like on paper a really bad idea, cover of the song The Coldest Night of the Year, but it's actually not bad. Papa Wilson is about the Wilsons from the Beach Boys, their abusive father. The song Speakerphone has, I believe, there's a chorus that rings through over and over and over, but in the background, there's somebody speaking messages from the Zodiac Killer. So it's very unusual, and it's very strange that I ran across this. It's just not something that you're going to see very often, if ever. All right, next one comes from the annals of It Pays to Wait on Record Store Day items, although this is not something that I even knew was released. I've been looking in like discount, through discount section. There's stores here that have, they almost have as many discount records as they have, like clearance records, as they have their regular releases. So this is apparently released, I think, in like 2014 for Record Store Day, limited to 1,000 copies worldwide, 300 of which were in the United States. So it's a 1994 album by the band Cardinal. It's a self-titled debut. I believe they much later released a follow-up record. But it comes with a CD that has a ton of bonus tracks on it. This is a record I liked quite a lot. This would fall in line with your Baroque pop chamber pop. Like, if you want to call 25 years ago modern, then I guess it's modern Baroque pop or chamber pop. It's, you know, it's Eric Matthews, who was a solo artist on Sub Pop in the 90s. His first two records are quite good, like, I guess you would say chamber pop. And then Richard Davies, he had a number of solo records, but his first two are quite good. I believe on Fly Daddy Records. I think he's from Australia. I think he was also previously in a band called The Moles. But this is worth it for the price of admission, or it's worth the price of admission just for the song If You Believe in Christmas Trees, which is the lead track. But this is a good record. So you can see it's on yellow vinyl and not an amazing pressing, but it's fine. I feel like there's something of a theme going, well, not really. So next is actually a reissue. I guess this is, because that one would have been a 20-year 20th anniversary release. This is also, except it's new. So this is from 2018, originally released in 1998. The name of the band is Hefner. It's their debut record called Breaking God's Heart. This is their sleeve. And this I would call, well, they call like urban folk, indie folk, something. They're from England, so you've got the accent. It's fairly aggressive lyrics. They're not afraid to throw around a few F-bombs. This is their first record. I think it was mostly recorded in one take. It's not highly produced. Has really good, clever lyrics. The song Level Destroy Us in the end is quite good. Sweetness Lies Within. Anyway, it's not something, this was originally released on vinyl on Too Pure Records, but I've never seen one, and it was relatively inexpensive, so I got it. I like their second record better, which is called The Fidelity Wars, where every song is about, I think, is about breaking up. So that is the label. So I really only have one. I think I'm only gonna do one more. Probably. The next one is by the band Versus. This is a record from 2000. This is, I think, the only time this is the original. I think it's only ever been released originally in 2000. The name of the album is Hurrah. They're named after, is it the Mission of Burma? Yeah, that's where they got their name from. This is on Merge Records. Comes with the inner sleeve, or inner little cardboard thing. I really liked this at the time. I liked their album before this, which I believe is called 2 Cents Plus Tax. But this has good songs. My Adidas, Fredericks of Hollywood, I Love the WB. They had a, speaking of the Kinks, they have a song on here called Shangri-La. And they actually released an EP called Shangri-La that has their version here, and then they cover the Kinks version. I think that they cover, does ELO have a song called Shangri-La? I think it's an ELO song also, and then there's something else on there too. But anyway, it's indie rock. It doesn't rock as much as their earlier releases, I would say. It just has a custom label. I guess the only other thing I will show Something else that I got, so this is the last thing. Something else I got in a discount bin, similar to where I found the Cardinal. So it was less than $10. That Cardinal was less than $10. I don't know if I mentioned that. I don't think that I did. So, record store day. This is the Temples album Sun Structures. Now, this seems like something that I should like. I've listened to it once. I don't know if I like it. I know I like one song, but it was less than $10, so kind of worth a flyer. Whatever. I think I don't even know what year it's from. It's fairly recent. So I think that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching. Have a happy new year. Whatever it is that you do, stay safe. Thanks for stopping out. We'll see you next time.